Welcome to Jesus Possibilities Worlds, where impossible is possible. In the name of Jesus, together we can change the world. Hallelujah. In Jesus' holy name, I have united my dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle, all into it. As we begin to say, we want to confirm if you pass by, indeed you are here today. Let go to a question. Which of the land around the world cannot allow your father and mother not to attend your marriage as you begin to grow up? Again, which of the land around the world cannot allow your father and mother not to attend your marriage as you begin to grow up? You are allowed to bring in your father if no one to hand you to the man, and your mother is not allowed to attend your marriage even if she is alive. She is not allowed to see the view of your marriage. My dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle, in your own convenient hours today, you had traveled. In your own convenient hours today, you had studied. In your own convenient hours today, you seize many beyond your expectation. In your own attendance today, you have here many. Can you tell us down there which of the land around the world cannot allow your father and mother not to attend your marriage as you begin to grow up? In your own view, you had traveled. In your own understanding, you had studied. You seize and you hear many. Have you ever seize the view about what we're telling you today? Or if it is taking place already, and is what is taking place already, please tell us down there. Yes, the name of the land is called Sight. Your mother and your father, they are good to take care of you. As you begin to join your own kingdom, somebody else have to hand you to that man or to that woman. Have you ever seized such a view in your own attendance? Your mother and your father, they're good to take care of you, as it is a time for you to get married. People who don't know you, they must hand you to that husband. Excuse me. Tell us, yes, I've seen the land. No, I never see or hear such thing before. Please be part of all these questions that we begin to give to you. May God bless you. May God bless you. Speaking to you in a dry land, Mr. Gamish, my white dove, we stand for love, and what under shall be on top, as it is written in a way that you may not understand. Let go to a content. One young man was walking with one of his rich boss. One young man was walking with one of his rich boss, well-educated young man, but is walking with one of his boss, is rich, well-recognized, was in the land. This young man already have a wife, the most beautiful woman in that land. This young man got married to. And the boss sees this young man been working with him for a couple years, but he never attend his house or sees what kind of family he got. As a content, I am in position to make it shorter. As you can hear my voice, I am a little bit sick, but we put it in position as we says it shall happen. This young man been working with his boss for 7 years. Well-educated young man is having a hard time with financial, but he doesn't want to go outside. He wants to feed his children this way. As small as it is, he believes life could carry on. Day shall arrive. As 7 years passed by, the young man came into the 8 years, working with his boss. A day that he was 8 years, he insists for this young man to bring in his family. As he began to say, I have a wife with one son. The young man said, no problem. A day arrived that they're making a party for this young man passing 8 years. No problem. He did exactly as the boss needed it. As they came to the party, they seated. The boss began to put attention, asking question. Who got that woman? He says, my wife. He said, okay, tell her they are welcome. As he seated, some other friend came around. As they seated, many began to drink. As they see his boss is not comfortable, he told everybody, enjoy. I am going to make some phone call. As he went up into the room, he began to speak to himself, saying, I must get that woman. He came to conclusion, I must get that woman. Never see sight in my life. But this young man is working for me. I must get that woman. Rich boss spoken. As days arrive, the mother of that girl is sick. As they begin to take that woman to hospital, they ask them a large amount. None of them ever set their eye in the same amount. And the doctor says, you must pay. Otherwise, I can do nothing. And they call that young man, this is the amount. He could not even believe. How come? They says, too much sick, loaded. You must pay. Otherwise, take your mother away from here. And they took the lady in the house. Sickness began to be more serious. This woman cannot stand. And the young man sees he cannot go anywhere except his boss. He came to his boss and said, please, I need you to lend me some money and take it out from my salary. The boss said, really? How much? As he began to have to say the amount, that is about 6 months, he said, this is a large amount. I will give it to you on one condition. The young man said, what is it? He said, you have to sign some document. The young man said, I'm ready to sign any document. Bring them in. Even right here, I will sign them. I don't need my mother-in-law to join ancestors. She gave it us as a mother. So please, I am willing to sign anything. The boss told him, go back to your duties. I will call you in about 2 hours. And the content. As the young man came into his office, he began to think what is happening, what kind of document. He came to conclusion he doesn't care what kind of document that is signed. The boss went into his computer, begin to write, I will pay beyond that amount for one condition. I must sleep with your wife. And he came with a paper with a signature under for him to sign. He said, these are the papers. This young man is not willing to see whatever the problem is. He believes what he says, that the boss could take it from his salaries, is done, but he needs a confirmation. As he sees, they told him, this is the place for you to sign. He took that pen and signed the location with no attention. As the boss took the paper, he began to smile. He's happy. A day arrived that he told this young man 3 hours later, these are the money. And he sees the money beyond his expectation. They took that woman to hospital, confirmed that sickness is gone completely. The woman began to walk home. It's done. 3 days later, boss confirmed to call that young man. He said, I've been waiting. 3 days has passed by. The young man said, what is it? He said, you signed some document. He said, yes, I did. He said, what you signed, you're not doing it. He said, I've been waiting. The guy said, hey, you must do that. He said, I don't know what you're talking about. I thought you said you will take it from salary. As he began to have to bring the signature letter back again to confirm to the young man, as he began to have attention into what he signed, as he sees his wife is needed in the conversation, he said, boss, the boss confirmed. He said this conversation was not part of what we talk about. The boss confirmed, you signed the document. He said, yes, I signed them. And you didn't confirm that there is my wife involved into this. In about 12 hours, they pick up that young man to the police station, and the boss confirmed no one is allowed to bring him out on bail until I say so. As it's done, the young man went inside. People began to hear about it. As they heard about it, his wife heard about it. She began to run to the boss of his wife, of his husband, and say, "What happening?" He said, "Your husband has signed some document." She said, "What kind of document?" He told him, "Go and ask your husband." And the lady came and asked his husband, "What is happening?" He said, "You signed some document." He said, "Yes, with no tension." He said, "How come? And what is it?" And the lady began to hear the confirmation is needed into the deal. She came home and packed with his son, went to the village beyond human expectation, and when I left there, and the sister of that young man heard about it, the dangerous lady was in the land. As she heard about it, she came to the boss directly and said, "What is happening?" The boss said, "Your brother has signed some document and is not willing to make that happen. So I must do what I must do." And the lady came and asked his brother what happening. He said, "Yes, what he says is true, but he tricked me." He said, "You are well-educated young man. How come somebody like him can trick you?" He said, "I confirm what I told him, so I don't believe that there is something behind it. I've been working for this young man for 8 years. How come?" And the lady began to hear that there is something his wife needed. He asked the brother, "Who told you to take your wife to that party?" He said, "My boss invited me." He said, "Really? Your boss and trick you and with no attention?" That's correct. So I'm going to speak to this young man. As he came to the boss confirmed, "I don't have nothing to tell you." The lady went down 3 days. This young man in jail. She went down asking everybody for such amount. Many contribute beyond that amount. And he came and gave it to the boss and told the boss, you shall meet your ancestors soon or later in dangerous ways. My brother been serving you for 8 years, and this is what you've done." As the young man came out, he began to look into his wife, confirming that his wife slept with that young man. They told him, "Can you eat?" He said, "No, there is no way I can eat. My wife slept with somebody. No, there is no way." As he sees, he wake up in the morning and access into the forest. He want to go speak to the evil man. What can he do next? As they both seated, two of them, the evil man asked this young man, "What can I do to you?" He said, "You cannot imagine. Somebody is after my wife. My own boss that I've been serving for 8 years is after my wife." The guy told him, "This is beyond disrespectful. Sit down. Give me a second." As he began to speak to the stone and wood fall up, in short time, he told the young man, "Repeat after me. The two of them are seated, nobody. Two of them in the forest. I think evil man said that young man repeat. I think evil man said that young man repeated. After one more than 12, the evil man began to tell the young man, now be quiet. That guy is already warm up. He told the evil man, now be quiet. As he began to repeat it more than 7 times, the evil man got mad. He stood. As he stood, the young man began to stand up again and stood and told him, are you okay? The young man told him again, are you okay? In short time, the evil man got mad and slapped that young man. As he slapped the young man turned again and slapped the evil man. As they begin to warm up, this guy is mad. You slap me. The other guy say, you slap me. Two of them in the forest. In short time, this young man, the evil man, turned and pick up leaves. The other guy pick up a leaf. And he began to blow the leaf into that young man and speak into the leaf. From today, you shall repeat after human being. From today, you shall begin to slap any human being as I begin to attend that minute. Hey, Loaded, get out. This young man repeat, get out. As this young man went into the world, there is no day ever passed by without a trouble. Everywhere that is seated with people, his right hand began to shake. And for him to stop it, he must slap any human being around for him to cool down. As the police begin to be part of that case everywhere, the young man slapping people, he go to church and terrorize everybody as the hand begin to shake. He go to soccer field, his hand begin to shake, he let go of that soccer and begin to slap everybody that he sees. They begin to pick up this young man. As the police came, his hand went down. They asked him, are you okay? He told them again, are you okay? Are you talking back to the officer? He says again, are you talking back to the officer? As his hand began to shake, he confirmed all those officers. Everybody take one slap, all of them on the ground. A boss get up, put the gun on lockdown. Try to confirm to the young man that is dead. People came, please let him go. There is something that is bothering this young man, but we don't know how to help him. This young man everywhere that he go, even in jail, he slap anybody that come around. Police within the jail, they begin to call parents, come and take off this young man, bail him out. They give him a smaller amount to bail him out. They are tired of him. They put him in the room with 2 people. They must cry. They give him power beyond his expectation. My dear father and mother took this young man 3 years until people realize that this is his spirit. His hand begin to shake in short time. Any human being that breathes around him, it does not matter how old they are. They must run for their life. A day arrived that his boss called him before. They said, come, you are higher beyond that amount. You are a good young man. I look everywhere, there's nobody like you. As he came He doesn't know that this young man is terrorizing everybody. He gave him right price to start up. At the hour arrived, boss told him, drive me somewhere. This young man came to wait for the boss beside the car. While the boss on the phone speaking to others on the phone, I will call you later. This young man repeat after boss, I will call you later. After boss hang up the phone, he asked him, are you okay? He repeat after his boss, are you okay? As they begin to continue, are you okay? Are you alright? Are you okay? This young man got up, his hand began to shake. He slapped the big boss. This boss fall down. As he got up, he picked up the phone and ran to his room, locked and called police. As the police came around, they seized that the same young man. They say, what have he done? He said, slamming. I am his boss. He must go to jail. They told him, please speak to him. We don't want him. They say, what? The boss said, why? He said, whatever he did to you, he do it to everybody, even our big bosses. He said, what? He said, I tell you, please speak to him. My dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle. His wife in position to find the solution. And they took the young man to the evil man. Please, we don't know what is happening to this young man. In short time, as this young man began to roll around with his equipment, speaking out to help this young man hand began to shake. He confirmed. He slapped the evil man, knocked down in his location. In short time, they picked up their brother and came back. As the evil man wake up, he said, I don't want this young man again in my place. At the seas, they called one pastor to come and pray for him. As he came with 4 people, plus him 5, they began to try to pray for this young man. In short time, the pastor is on the ground. As he got up, he picked up the Bible and told all the warriors, please, let go. Let go. As they both run, they look everywhere for help. And they arrive that they were passing. Everybody shall get help. As you begin to see, they were passing by the store that the crippled man seated poor is asking for something to eat. As the young man sees him, he came with right amount and gave it to him. As his wife sees, he gave right amount. She put her hand again into the purse and bring right amount, confirm on his husband's behalf. Give it to the cripple. The cripple says, you don't know what you have done. Today, I must stand. And today, you must be free. He said, what? He said, today, I must stand. And today, you both must be free. As the cripple stood, the young man began to sweat. Many years he been seated at the cripple. As he began to sweat, these members begin to try to run away. How come? Somebody is standing right. He began to sweat. What is happening? As they began to ask questions, this young man passed out in the presence of his wife. As the cripple began to have to make a step for people to know that this young man is no longer a cripple. That young man got up and the cripple speak to this young man. Whatever was the problem is done. I didn't see, but I believe it's done. From that day, this young man was free from all sort of this. My dear father and mother, we are sorry for going that long, but we're trying to give you a fish with no much bones into it so that you can be comfortable and understand why is a fish. In your life today or your own view, there are things that are going on in your life, but you don't put attention into it. We have come to tell you it will not end from you alone. It will go from generation to generation to generation to generation. We have come to tell you, wake up and find the solution. Wake up and find the solution. Kneel and ask God above your mother. Since no one is being trusted in the world today, many are beginning to be called perfect for them to be followed. Many are being recognized as pastors, collecting. Many things are taking place today. We have come to tell you, in your own understanding, God can heal and breathe any human being that can breathe. Kneel before your bed. I can assure you, He knows the living and dead. Forget what they are saying. It happened. You can make things happen. I heard. You can be heard. Begin to ask God on your own view. Kneel before your bed and ask God for solution. If not, ask your mother to join you if it is available. If not, ask your father to join you if it is possible. If not, ask one of your uncle or aunties if it is available. Kneel before your bed and you shall know. That's the reason they call him a God, because he's above us all. We have come to tell you, Jesus, Muhammad, and all these things, they are people who sees they started something. But if you see is that many are speaking under these 2 or these 4 members in your own view, begin to ask them in your own land, in your own bed, whoever makes you comfortable, they are leaders. And every leader shall have his ways for many to follow them. All of them, Muhammad and Jesus, they are leaders. And every leader shall have his ways of making people to follow him. You were born to be a leader. Proclaim your seed as living. Proclaim as God. Stop spending your money. A prophet says so. Call somebody and pray with him. And as they begin to ask money, know that the pocket is empty. Something is wrong somewhere. May God bless you. Unity, it does not cost anything. It costs all of us to make things happen, not to let others pay, and we are in brain. God can see us all. My dear father and mother, seek for solution. Aunties and uncles, seek for solution. All of you, seek for solution. Find one. If you cannot do it alone, find those living who proclaim they are your mother and father. Tell them, I've been praying for this Years has passed by, but I never find it. I need your unity, my mother. I need your unity, my father. As I'm going to pray at this hours, please connect with me, and I believe it shall happen. If any God you can see as obedient child today, if any God you can see as obedient child today is your mother and father. But as they begin to say there is somebody above us, you should know there is God. You should know there is God. Share and subscribe, and what under shall be on top. In a ways that may not make sense. This is why you're still not subscribing today. May God bless you. Bye-bye and bye-bye.